Terry. I'm here with my boys from Tiger Pay. They are doing some sick work. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Pleasure to be here with you. Tell us more about yourselves. Your background, pedigree, and how this team kind of came together.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining in, everyone. My name is Prab. This is Yatharth. We are the founders of Tiger Pay. We are living in UAE since more than 10 years now. We met in university. I have a management background also. So we did engineering, but I've also worked in McKinsey, Rocket Internet, and three other startups. And then finally, we started Tiger Pay. Uh, Yatharth can tell what.
Yeah, so about me, I think I've always been into tech, and I started my blockchain journey back in 2018. Started to work with ADGM, building the budgeting system of UAE, and then back in 2021, they awarded me as the fintech talent in MENA, and then I met Prab. He was my university senior, and then we thought there's a huge gap in payment systems. And then Prab started Tiger Pay, and then I finished my master's and PhD and joined him this year as a CDO. That's about our journey, and yeah, Prab can continue.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very cool. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Tiger Pay, we started more than 2 years. I started more than 2 years back, 2.5 years back, which
Wow.
is basically payment solutions for merchants in the UAE. Currently, our main product was to replace something like this by a phone. So if the
Mhm.
customers want to pay the merchant, they can just tap their card behind the phone. So we have something called a soft POS, which also does tap QR code and payment link, everything under one platform. We started this 2.5 years back. Currently, we have 3,000 plus active merchants in the UAE, processing more than $100 million annually, and we have
Wow.
16,000 merchant signups on the platform. So we tabbed local payments and then we started lending 3 months back. So we thought, okay, local payments is done, lending is done. Now, what is the biggest chunk in payments, which is cross-border payments? So now we
Mhm.
started Tiger Pay X, which is a cross-border stablecoin platform for merchants to accept via stablecoins from all over the world. So we'll starting it corridor-wise, like opening certain countries in the starting. So we surveyed our existing merchant base, and out of that, we've got 900 plus sign-ups already to use this platform. So this is the current traction, and then we'll start.
Excellent.
Uh, platform.
Very cool. And let's dig in a little bit more on the problem statement, particularly, with these cross-border payments. What types of challenges are these merchants currently facing that you guys uniquely solve?
Yes, so I'll tell you. So when we started Tiger Pay, initially also we were having a 2.9% for local cards and 3.9% for international cards. I'll give you an example, and a 7 day settlement period. When we
Mhm.
shifted that to 1.95% and 2.4%, and the next working day settlement, we grew 70x in the last 12
Wow.
months, right? So we
Insane.
got to know that merchant, what does the merchant want? Merchant want as little transaction fees as possible and the
Mhm.
money to receive as fast as possible. So with stable coin, that 2.4%, 2.5, 2.7%, whatever your international fees is, that can go further down. And instead of even waiting for next working day, you can get your money in like less than 2 minutes, right? So this is
Excellent.
really what merchants need, and this is what we are solving with the current.
Excellent. And I think that's like absolutely what, crypto does best. So, phenomenal use case there. I would love to kind of dive under the hood and see what the platform actually looks like, or, whatever you guys have prepared for us. So, yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing your screen and kind of taking us through things, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, sure. So I hope my screen is visible. Yep.
Not quite yet. There we go.
Yeah, no,
Now I can see.
Yeah. So this is our website, and like it clearly states that stablecoin neobank that makes border disappear. So we also work on cross-border payments, but also into so major three countries which we are targeting now are UAE, India, and Philippines. So because the major chunk of money which flows as remittances are UAE, India, and UAE to Philippines. So that's why we chose this corridors as the first. And then we talk about, as you talked about, that what major problems merchants face. So as Prab stated, the first one, the transaction fees. The second one is the lending, because merchants these days, to do trade, you need money, and that's how we partner with Jupiter to solve this problem. We use Jupiter Lend to use lending system and help our merchants lend crypto and use that into their business. And we are currently on onboarding waiting list for our platform in this one. And as it mentioned, that we have low transaction fees. We do on and off ramp and Jupiter lending, and ROAR score is something which is our lending protocol. So for example, a merchant comes to our platform and they do some transactions. So using their transactions, we build a ROAR score, which is just like a CIBIL score in real life. And that ROAR score tells us that how much is the capacity of the merchant to borrow the money, or how much we can lend them. And then when I talk about neobanking in 3 simple steps, so it's very simple. You can create your account, make
Mhm.
payments and access lending, and build your ROR score.
And is that ROR
And
score calculated? Is it an AI algorithm, or how is that calculated?
yeah, you're right. It's calculated on AI algorithm, and that's how we mix the blockchain protocol with AI algorithm. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, very nice.
Yeah. And then if I go below, so basically it's very simple. You have a multi-token wallet, which is known as the Tiger Wallet, an instant payment for the merchants. You can use QR code scanning, instant settlement, and global payments. And then if I talk about, okay, now I'll show you how basically it looks like. So this is the merchant dashboard. So for example, this is our Tiger PayX dashboard, and you can see that how much USD equivalent balance you have currently. And whenever you want, you can go to add withdraw, and you can add more funds using your bank account. UPI is a local method in India, Gcash is a local method in Philippines, and Ani is a local method in UAE. So instead of just focusing on Swift, which is very much high transaction percentage hefty and
Right.
very slow, we give you local transaction options as well, because they are
Amazing.
and low transaction fees. So you can add
Right.
and withdraw funds using your local payment methods. And then as a merchant, for example, I want to collect payment from someone, so I can just create a payment link. For example, I want to collect 1500 USDC for USD, which is equivalent to, and payment for services. I can create a pay link, and
Mhm.
I can send this QR code to that person. And once they scan it, like for example, I copy paste this here, and
Right.
I can see like this is how it look like to my buyer, and he can pay using stable coins. He can pay using UPI, bank, and Gcash, whatever he feels
Wow.
comfortable. And even
Amazing.
and even when he
And is
pays,
that particularly for Solana?
yeah, it's built on Solana. Yeah,
Amazing. Absolutely love that.
we are using Solana Rails because again the fastest and the best transaction fees.
Yes.
And then we option yielding as well. So basically, we're trying to build a neobank. So like banks have fixed deposit, we are offering yielding. Again, we use Dbridge, and we use various other protocols to offer yielding. And then again, as I talked about loan earlier, so we use the Jupiter lending to provide loans to our merchants. And then similarly, you can see all your transaction history at one place, and you can analyze. And similarly, using your analytics, we calculate your ROR score. So
Mhm.
this is how it looks like currently, and we are probably going fully live on our stablecoin payments on December 11th. That's the first day of Breakpoint. Yeah.
Excellent. Very cool. And you rarely see kind of like the earn yield example in the B2B use case. I've barely seen that at all. So I absolutely love that use case. And I think that's something that's going to absolutely be emerging in the next, few years.
See, actually, we like to listen to. So, since we have an active merchant base, we like to listen to the merchants. That's what we've done so far. Also, that has actually
Mhm.
brought us growth. I really like talking to merchants. What else do you need? What else do you need? Like just
Right.
really regularly talking to them. And
Mhm.
cross was the biggest pain point of merchants, and that's what now we've started building on.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then you were mentioning, you guys have been working with these merchants for quite some time now. You said the company's been around for a few years. I think you said 2.5. And how many merchants did you say you're working with? Because I want to key on that because I think that number is astronomical and it's truly amazing.
So we have 3,000 plus active merchants and 17,000 plus merchant signups.
That's phenomenal, truly exceptional. And are these merchants within a particular subsector or niche that you focus on, or is it kind of across the board?
Actually, what we started was for delivery companies and online service companies because we thought, okay, only these companies would have a headache of getting, multiple POS machines from the bank. But now,
Mhm.
since it's an open platform, now anyone and everyone is using it. So now we even have retail stores, we have like service companies, like laundry companies, maid services companies, we have taxis. So we are also present in 1,000 plus Kareems, Ubers, and Yangos.
Okay.
Again, obviously delivery companies are using us. So it's like
Right.
coffee chaos. Like it's a
Right.
widespread merchant base.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard of Kareem, you're absolutely sleeping. And that is, I mean, one of the biggest companies in UAE. So yeah, really, really a phenomenal to see. Wanted to ask about the token and kind of the benefit that token holders will have. Tell us a little bit more about the tokenization and how this token will actually work.
Yeah, so basically we thought of launching a Tiger token on a later stage, and how it will work is it'll basically like a utility token for our users. So for example, when a user holds Tiger token, we'll give them opportunities of even lowering their transaction fees, which we are giving them currently, which is even lower than 1%. But if they're holding our tokens and staking it, we'll provide them even more lower transaction fees. And if they're using Tiger tokens to trade, for example, I'm settling my payments today as a merchant, and I'm okay with settling my payments in Tiger tokens. So even
Mhm.
we offer inside our ecosystem zero payment fee. You don't need to pay any transaction fee if you use our
Wow.
tokens. So that's like a major problem we solve using our tokens. And again, we give governance as well, because on later stage we'll be opening up to new more corridors. So we that token also acts like governance token. We'll ask the community, because we want to build the community and work for community. So whatever corridors they feel are the most important ones in the next phase of our action of plan, so we'll go forward with that.
Excellent. Very cool. And let's talk more too about the product roadmap. I did have one specific question there too. Do you foresee where your users be able to earn yield with the Tiger token as well?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So once we have the Tiger token, and if they can stake it and they can earn yield through it as well. Yeah, you're right.
Excellent.
And the question about the product roadmap is
Yeah.
that, so currently what I showed you is like that will be launching on December 11th, and after that we plan to add our own lending protocol as well, because currently we are building upon Jupiter, and so
Sure.
we want to find more and more of that and build our own lending protocol, which totally works on an AI layer.
Yeah. Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. And what is your vision for the product really like 1 year to 5 years from now?
See, I feel that whatever friction was there in the fiat world, like for example, I told you payments is one,
Hmm.
then shipping is one, and then we moved on to cross border. I feel there's a lot of things that can be solved due, using blockchain in a better way.
Absolutely.
Crypto world, right? Sorry, if in the Web3 world, and if you compare with the fiat world, like for example, right now also I told you how payment speed can be brought down, how lending
Hmm.
can be made easier. Like right now, if you take a loan from a bank, you'll end up spending more than 3 weeks, right, to get a loan.
Right.
Here,
For sure.
everything is faster.
And you're not getting it on a weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not getting it like after 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. Right?
Right. So how long does it typically take for your loans to get approved?
Right now,
So
yeah,
Yeah.
so you're talking about the Web 2 or Web 3? Which one are you talking about?
In Web3, yeah.
So in
What's
Web
the
3,
difference you're
yeah.
seeing?
So,
Yeah.
when we go to Web 2, the loans usually take maybe a week to a few weeks. But if you talk about Web 3, the loans are pretty quick. You can even get in like less than 24 hours. And especially if you have like if you're using the right isolated wallets, then you can even get like within an hour.
Amazing. Yeah, that's exceptional. Um, Very cool. Well, I mean, this has been tremendous. I'm super excited for this. And yeah, I mean, the product speaks for itself. Your guys and your pedigree speak for itself. You guys are, have a ton of experience. You really know the space. I love how you guys have been building this for a few years and didn't launch a token before. I think that shows tremendous fortitude. And I guess with that, I was kind of curious, why now? Why now with the token?
Yeah, so I think now is the best time, because we are transitioning from Web 2 to Web 3, and previously we
Mhm.
were solving our Web 2 world. So while solving the Web 2 world, we got to know that now, because I think even when we launched 2.5 years back, there were not many regulation systems which were accepting crypto into the world. But now
Sure.
we see most of the countries have accepted the regulations. Maybe
Right.
early,
And Mina, of course.
yeah, and especially MENA, and also in South Asia, Asia Pacific,
Mhm.
also their acceptance. And these are the biggest corridors where we can work in, due to maybe our presence or due to maybe our like originality. So that's why we thought now is the best time to transition into Web3, when most of the countries have started to accept how Web3 works and how cryptocurrency will be the future. So that's the right time which we thought we should transition into Web3 and solve our problems of our merchants in Web2 with the use of Web3. Yeah.
Excellent.
see,
Yeah, I
to
love that.
we are actually sitting at the right place with the right at the right time with the right product and with the right amount of merchant base to just grow from here and then expand globally.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This platform we've already built the last 2.5 years. It's not like we just started something from scratch and like just say
Right.
we will build this or we are building this. We already done.
Exactly, exactly. Because, introducing this type of solution to merchants when they don't know who you are, I think is much more difficult, especially the crypto element. But the thing is, like here with this business, you guys have been in the trenches with the merchants for, few years now. You know them, you attend their family weddings, I'm sure. And, with that, they trust you, they confide in you. And I think that really opens them up to using, crypto. What have you guys seen, in the trenches with your customers in those conversations about them being more open to crypto now that they've already worked with you for, a year or two?
See, actually, the thing is that since we, first of all, like I told you, we're already in touch with them, so we continue asking them that what are the problems you're facing, and that's what we built on this. Secondly, also, I feel that we did not really change the name of this product. We kept it TigerPay and then TigerPay X. So that also gives a good brand recollection to new merchants as well as existing merchants that, okay, this is just an extra added product with whatever we already had a relationship with your company. So I think
And to add on to it, I think before starting this, we also ran a survey to the existing merchants, and we thought maybe 20 to 30% of them will say that yes, we want to adopt stable coins and we'll go on the stablecoin rails. But even we were shocked with the results when we saw that 80 to 90% are already saying that we want to adopt stable coins, because it shows that how much UAE is already adopted stable coins.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's certainly the forefront of innovation in Web3 nowadays, and phenomenal to see products like this, especially innovating in B2B. And yeah, I mean, tremendous opportunity there. So count me bullish. Thank you guys so much. Where can we find the product, and kind of like learn more?
So we have tigerpayx.com, that is our domain. Plus we keep on posting on our socials. So we have a combined personal community of more than 40K on Instagram, and LinkedIn more than 10,000 followers. And X we just started building like recently, and then we're growing X also. Like we are shifting our base from Insta
Right.
and LinkedIn to X, like diverting audience.
Right, Web2 to Web3 on socials as well.
So you can find us like everywhere with the name of TigerPay X.
X.
Excellent. Very cool. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been tremendous, super insightful, and yeah, very excited for the token launch.
Thank you, Tony. Have a good day as well.
All right, excellent. Appreciate it. Bye now.
Thank you.